Welcome back to 90s Time Trip. It's that anti-piracy classic, Don't Copy That Floppy. Two game-loving kids get a lesson from DP, the rapper from cyberspace.
Come on, guys! I thought you knew better. Don't copy that floppy. But if you start stealing them, the more they can do.
Hey, Jason, you might want to watch out with all the copies you're making. The DP guy will be coming after you.
Whatever, man. It's just a copy.
I'm back, it's me, DP, digital protector for creativity. Don't copy that floppy was when floppies were new. Now we copy much more than floppies could do. So Jason and his freshman crew say chilling at his dorm, playing games and tunes. New games come out, Jason says he's got the link. One stroke of a key and he sells into his click now. Ever since he's got the lick, he's the man of the town. Whole school knows his tricks and he's feeling his crown. Every new CD, every movie and show, software books, new games, Jason's selling them all. He made a couple of flips, he thought his game was unlocked until the uniform man came at his door with a knock. Now he's got nothing to say, he's petrified and he's shocked. He was the king of the town, now he's the laugh of the block. He made a couple of flips, he thought his game was unlocked until the uniform man came at his door with a knock. Now he's got nothing to say, he's petrified and he's shocked. He was the king of the town, now he's the laugh of the block. Don't copy that. What? Why? Don't copy that. What? Why? Don't copy that. What? Why? Cause it's not just a copy, it's a crime. Cause it's not just a copy, it's a crime. No, it's not just a copy, it's a crime. Say it's not just a copy, it's a crime. No, it's not just a copy, it's a.
Yeah, so why you wanna shortchange me? I spent my time and effort and you bootleg me, you bootleg them. Thinking you gon' get yours free, saying it's only a copy and they ain't gon' see.
From the movies to software, ebooks and more. You're sharing it with your peers, but you're killing the store. Killed a couple of careers, cause you're copying more. Couple years behind bars just to even the score.
And some kids say I'm only a minor,
but the feds say I'm coming for your mama.
You stealing and you bringing all this drama,
cause you don't wanna spend a couple dollars. Don't copy that. What? Why? Don't copy that. What? Why? Don't copy that. What? Why? Cause it's not just a copy, it's a crime. Cause it's not just a copy, it's a crime. No, it's not just a copy, it's a crime. Say it's not just a copy, it's a crime. No, it's not just a copy, it's a.
Now the man is in jail.
Now the man is in jail.
Won't be no bail.
Won't be no bail.
People know what his name
People know what his name is.
Never trust what his game
is.
It's his file all the time. People search online. You don't want your reputation in that kind of situation.
Invest in your tools and do what you do. Make a name for yourself, become authentically you. Practice your craft until it's crystal clear. Turn your talent and your passion into a career. There are new rules in this wireless age. Can you make your art and still get paid? Can you walk the line and not get played? Can you walk the line and not get played? Don't copy that. What? Why? Don't copy that. What? Why? Don't copy that. What? Why? Cause it's not just a copy, it's a crime. Cause it's not just a copy, it's a crime. No, it's not just a copy, it's a crime. Say it's not just a copy, it's a crime. No, it's not just a copy, it's a. I'm the digital protector for all things new. Think big choices and consequences for everything you do. As you move into the future, what's gonna follow you? What's gonna follow you? What's gonna follow you?
My name is Jeremiah Mondello, and I want you to know that pirating software is no joke. I'm serving 4 years for selling pirated software on the web. And now, for the rest of my life, I'll be labeled a felon and an ex-con. Don't make the same mistakes I did. It's not just a copy, it's a crime.
The genesis of copyright law originated in the US Constitution in 1787, at a time when there was only really print media. And the Founding Fathers recognized that it was important to create incentives for people to create great works. And it's worked for over 200 years. And with every new form of media, copyright law has extended to it. everything from phonograph records to film to computer software to all of the digital products that are available today on the internet. So copyright law is absolutely more relevant today than ever and far more important.
If you have created something and you own it and you have it copyrighted, then you have the right to have it protected.
When we talk about piracy, we're talking about illegally copying or distributing copyrighted work. And a copyrighted work is software or movie or music, could be a book or some other kind of digital content. And when you copy that or you distribute it without the authority of the copyright owner or the copyright law, well, you've done something that's illegal, and that's called piracy.
In 2007, I developed a tool that helps us catch software pirates on eBay. One of those pirates was Jeremiah Mondello.
The way I set this up was to have each product or series of products having its own account, so that it looked like these were coming from all over the place and not from any one single entity, so that I wouldn't be targeted as the source.
I was tracking Mondello's activity manually before the tool was created. Once the tool was created, it helped provide supporting evidence that these accounts might be linked. I brought this information to my boss and told him that I thought we had a big case on our hands.
He came in and showed me 5 different types of pirated auctions and seller IDs, and he thought that these people were all related, even though they had different addresses and the auctions were different. He convinced me, was able to convince me that this was a person, one person, not 5 different people, but one person, and they were engaging in a large scam. They were pirating lots and lots of software.
I continued to sell, and I never feared that I would get caught because I didn't think there was anyone looking.
We got a hold of the U.S. Attorney's Office and the Department of Justice and got them on the case right away, and they have a lot greater investigative powers than us, and they went ahead and were able to track down Mondello and go after them and eventually put him in prison where he is right now.
What's interesting about the criminal prosecutions that we've been involved in the last 20 years is there's a common theme with almost every one of them, in that the defendant never imagined that they would ever get caught. They never imagined that the FBI was going to pursue them. They never imagined that they would be convicted, and they also absolutely never imagined they'd go to prison.
I was in the middle of midterms, and it was Halloween day, actually, when I was at school, checking my email and checking my Facebook and working on a midterm paper, and unbeknownst to me, they were there, watching me with wireless devices, following me home. And I had no idea that anybody was onto me, but when they knocked on my door and there was, I don't know, 12 agents, 8 agents reading me a warrant, I realized, wow, these guys are serious. I was going to school and I had plans, and this was a hobby of mine. And if I had thought I would have gotten caught, I would have, why would I want to throw my life away, honestly?
The men and women of the AP throughout our history have shown incredible dedication and worked in dangerous conditions, put up with very difficult circumstances, and in some cases, unfortunately, paid with their lives. When they see their work being pirated and showing up without proper credit or used by somebody who is not paying for it, I think they feel betrayed.
We have seen stories that we've worked on in our own bureau appear on the internet, appear in trade magazines without any attributions, and it's frustrating, and you put your life on the line often. You work 20-hour days, and suddenly poof, it's just part of the cyberspace.
It costs money to keep 240 bureaus and a bureau in every state alive. News gathering costs money.
When we released Quake, we had some anecdotal evidence that we were probably at about, for every game we sold, we probably had at least one copy pirated. the problem is so enormous with distribution of games over the internet. It's not just making a copy of a CD and giving it to a friend anymore. It's people are uploading a game to the internet, and thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or millions of people are downloading these games. And the problem is that people have to work for a living. They have to be paid for their effort. Game development takes time, and if you can't reap the financial rewards for your development effort, then ultimately there's not going to be any incentive to actually make games.
There's a lot of small companies, there's a lot of just individuals out there who are creating new software and movies and music, and they're the ones that are getting ripped off just as well. There's a great example of a husband and wife team that created this great new application for the iPhone, and it cost only 99 cents, only 99 cents. And then the next day after they put it out, they find it ripped off, stolen. People couldn't even pay 99 cents for that app.
If you create something, you feel like that, hey, this is mine. And if somebody else takes it and says that it's theirs, you feel like, somebody vicariously broke into your house and, put on your clothes.
We know of a lot of very, very young authors of great tools on the internet, whether they be small applications, some of them for some of the mobile devices that are coming out. Students have a chance to build those and share them, either by selling them or by giving them away. That's their choice. But it's their choice. It's not a choice of somebody who looks at it and decides that they can just copy it illegally.
There are lots of studios that made great games that went out of business, and people were laid off, lost their jobs, perhaps even lost their life savings that they had invested into the company as they continue to sort of invest and try to keep the company afloat. That were making great games. If everybody who played that game had actually paid for it, would those people be out of work? Would those studios still be making games that entertain millions of people?
It's still wrong whether you're pirating a $300 application or a 99-cent application. It's illegal and you shouldn't be doing it.
If anyone I knew was considering pirating software, I would tell them to stop. It's wrong. You end up hurting people just like me, and it's not worth the risk.
If you're willing to download a movie, which some people will have a problem with, others won't, then you might be willing to, maybe you kind of the lines are blurred, and you have to be careful because it can be a natural progression. Because if you're willing to cross over one line, then the next one is that much closer.